What a just disastrous way to come back from the All-Star break. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Phillies Hot Stove Media. Jerry capping last night's game between the Philadelphia Phillies and the Chicago Cubs, as the Phillies lose 15-2 to the Cubs as they get absolutely destroyed after they come back from the All-Star break. I mean, what an absolute disgrace. Now, guys, before you get into this video, please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please do engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. You had the Chicago Cubs team that was coming in 35-57. I mean, this is just a terrible Cubs team. A terrible Cubs team. And you let them do that to you last night. I mean, Kyle Gibson, what more do you need to see out of this guy? So inconsistent. Final year of his contract, he ain't coming back, I can tell you that. I mean, I've never seen a guy hit a wall as much as Kyle Gibson. I mean, we started this ball game on a high note with Kyle Schwarber starting off the second half like he started off the first half of the season, hitting a leadoff home run in the bottom of the first inning, but we do pretty much nothing after that. Of course, Derek Hall hits a home run later in the ball game, but none of this was really that significant. I mean, we got absolutely crushed by this lousy Chicago Cubs team, so we failed to take advantage of the Cincinnati Reds defeating the St. Louis Cardinals, as they're still tied for that third wildcard spot in the National League. So it seems like a lot of the NL East teams did lose last night, except for the Atlanta Braves, as the Mets did lose to the Padres as well. As we pick up the scoring summary here in the bottom of the first inning, Kyle Schwarber, number 30 on the year, as he homers on a fly ball to right center field. The Phillies take a 1-0 lead. So a lead-off home run for Schwarbs. So of course, we all remember the home run derby. I'll talk about it briefly. I mean, a terrible job. That was very staged. I don't really care. It's not even that significant because it just doesn't matter. Of course, so congratulations for him. They're winning that whole derby. Of course, they missed one of his home runs. They missed counting the 18th home run he hit. Of course, Schwarber said, I mean, I just went up there having fun. I didn't even count any runs I was hitting. I just went up there just to take some swings and have some fun. So Kyle Schwarber didn't even care. He just was out there to have some fun, but that was just kind of ridiculous. Again, it doesn't matter. Of course, I was on the, Christian Corey, Hayden Jurgowitz live stream with them would be chatterbox. I mean, of course, I was kind of getting a little bit annoyed and kind of showing my emotion, but I mean, in the end, it just doesn't matter. It's just very insignificant. But congratulations to Albert Pujols, I guess. But Schwarbs, still hitting 209 on the season. The guy's 30 home runs. I mean, that's pretty remarkable if you ask me. The guy's hitting for that low of an average. Of course, his OPS still sits at 825, but that's still pretty incredible. So 1-0 Philadelphia. Then we pick it up here in the top of the fourth inning. Wilson Contreras homers on a line drive to left center field, as the Cubs now get on the board and tie it at 1. Wilson Contreras, one of the best catchers in baseball, of course, the brother of William Contreras of the Atlanta Braves. This game was on Apple TV, right? Because, this is really going to help the game. I mean, so let's put a game on a streaming service that probably, half of, or maybe most fans do not have access to. I mean, I had access to Apple TV so I can watch it, but not everybody does. Not everybody has, iOS. Of course, some people have the Android, so, this is just not smart marketing for Major League Baseball. It's to help the top executives, of course, like the commissioner of Major League Baseball, Rob Manfred, money. If they really, truly cared about baseball, they would get rid of blackouts. That's the first thing they do. They'd stop this nonsense of putting the games on Facebook, Peacock, Apple TV. I mean, I understand YouTube because YouTube, everybody can have access to YouTube for the most part. So YouTube I'm okay with. I can live with it. YouTube, of course, is very easy to access. It doesn't require like a subscription like other things do, but I mean, these other sites are just ridiculous. Not only do they charge us an enormous amount for the MLB TV to stream all the games, throughout the year, it also comes with ads. On top of this enormous subscription you have to pay anyway up front. So these people do not care about the game of baseball. They care about the game of baseball. They make it much more easy to access these games. So this is turning fans away. This is not helping the game. And they can say it's helping the game. It's not. What they did last winter should prove that they don't care about the fans. And also what they did in 2020, that whole fiasco. So these people do not care about the fans at all. Let me pick it up here in the top of the fifth inning. I mean, the bad defense for this Phillies team continues as Christopher Morel hits a line drive down the left field line. As Kyle Schwarber does a pretty good job of getting the ball in. Alfonso Rivas comes around to score, and then Rhys Hoskins gets a cutoff. And Morel was kind of creeping off the second base bag in between second and third, and the throw to second base goes into center field as no one was even out towards the area where the ball was thrown by Rhys Rhys Hoskins as Morale comes around to score as it's now a 3-1 Chicago lead. I mean, I just never seen a team kick the ball around as much as this. I mean, Rhys Hoskins, the bad defense continues. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I mean, I kind of seemed to set a tone in that inning, and here we go. This is the inning that Kyle Gibson hit the wall again, as he always does in these starts. Then Ian Happ singles on a ground ball to right field out to his former teammate. Wilson Contreras comes around to score. This is now 4-1 Chicago. So there you go. So the Cubs tack on another one, now with a 3-1 lead. Then Nico Hoerner doubles on a sharp line drive to center field. Suzuki and Happ come around to score, as it's now 6-1 Chicago. Of course, that was off of Jerry's Familia. Kyle Gibson was charged with these runs because he allowed them to reach base, as he should be charged. Of course, Jerry Smiley didn't come in and help the situation, that's for sure. Then Patrick Wisdom doubles on a fly ball out to left field. Hoerner comes around to score, as it's now 7-1 Cubs. That was Wisdom's 19th double of the season. 7-1 Chicago. I mean, feels like a loss at that point. I mean, I was up at work, of course. I'm a lifeguard, so I was up on stand. I went back to go look at my phone. It was 7-1. I'm like, my goodness gracious. I mean, like, I just was so infuriated. Let me pick it up here in the top of the 8th inning. Nelson Velasquez homers on a fly ball to center field. A 2-run shot also scores Morrill, and it's now 9-1 Cubs. So the Cubbies now lead by 8. So this is just laughable. That was Velasquez's third home run of the season off of Joe Romera's last appearance at Citizens Bank Park since May of last year. So it's been quite a while since Joe Romera has had an appearance at Citizens Bank. Then we pick it up here in the same inning. Ian Happ singles on a ground ball to left field. P.J. Hinkins comes around to score, and it's now 10-1 Chicago. So they just kept piling it on. I mean, just unmerciful to the Phils off of Jojo Romera. Then we pick it up here in the top of the 9th inning. Nelson Velasquez homers on a fly ball to left center field. A 3-run shot this time. Also scores Alfonso Rivas and Christopher Morrill. So a 3-run shot that gives the Cubs a 13-1 lead off of Garrett Stubbs for making his second relief appearance of the season. Then we pick it up here in the same inning as the Cubs get another one. Seiya Suzuki homers on a fly ball to center field. A 2-run shot. Also scores P.J. Hinkins, his 7th of the season. 15-1 Chicago. 15-1. 15-1. So you let a team that's 22 games under 500 coming in score 15 runs against you. I mean, just pathetic. I mean, what an awful way to come back from the All-Star break. What an awful way to come back from the All-Star break. After you sweep out the Miami Marlins, this is just setting a really bad tone at home. The home struggles continue for this team. I just never seen anything like it. Then we pick it up here in the bottom of the 9th inning. Derek Cole homers on a fly ball to center field. His 5th of the season, so at least he did get to see a long ball hole last night, a solo shot. It's now a 15-2 ball game. One weird thing about this game is as many runs as the Cubs scored in 15. Scoring somebody started and ended with a home run for the Phillies. So it started with a home run from Schwartz and ended with a home run from Derek Hall. But that did not stop the Phillies from losing by 13 as they lose 15-2. Kyle Schwarber, only one hit was a big one. That home run to right center field. A leadoff shot, 209 average for Schwartz. Now 30 home runs on the year as he joins the 30 home run club. 59 RBIs, a lot of solo shots, probably because he's in the leadoff spot. Rhys Hoskins also collecting a knock as well, also drawing a walk. Derek Hall came out the bench and of course hit that pinch hit home run. Nick Castellanos going against his former squad. We got 2 Cubs going against their former squad. Of course, Schwartz hit one deep against his former squad, but Nick Castellanos did nothing last night. As he went hitless in 5 trips to the plate, as he struck out once, his average now drops below the 250 mark, now sits at 248, as his OPS now drops below the 670 mark, now at 664. I mean, 664 OPS for Nick Castellanos. I mean, that is just pathetic. JT Muto, only one knock last night, but he was also able to draw 2 walks. I mean, JT Muto has just been so much better. So average now sits at 253. OPS now climbs up to 727. He looked like such a better player than before. I mean, we were able to draw 6 walks as a team last night, which isn't bad for sure. Album also clicking knock last night and also drawing a walk. He didn't have a bad night last night as well. And same goes for Matt Bierling, collects a knock and also draws a walk. He, of course, a guy that, of course, doesn't walk hardly ever. He goes hitless last night at short. And Yadier Munoz gets to start at third, as he also went hitless as well. I mean, he's not an everyday player, so I don't really expect too much out of him. This team is also, of course, is still dealing with some injuries. Right? Of course, with the loss of Bryce Harper still shows sometimes. But of course, last night, I mean, the pitching staff was just so bad. so I don't really think it would have mattered anyway. And Bryson Stott gets a start at second. He also goes hitless, but he was able to draw a walk. So Yohan Camargo and Duper Herrera came off the bench and pinch, and they both went hitless. We were able to draw 6 walks. We also only collected 6 hits. So 2 of those were the 2 solo home runs from Schwartz and Derek Hall. Kyle Gibson, 4 1/3, 6 hits, 6 runs all, 6 were earned, 3 walks, and he didn't even strike out 1. He didn't strike out anybody. I mean, think about that. In just 4 1/3, he didn't strike out anybody. That's just pathetic. A 4.69 ERA. He gets smacked with the loss, deservingly so. 5-4 now on the year. I'm just infuriated by this guy. I mean, I just never seen a guy so hot and cold. I mean, worse than Zach Eflin. I mean, seriously. I mean, maybe worse than Zach Eflin. Who did have a setback with that knee, and that's a whole other story. But I mean, he's just so inconsistent. It just drives me crazy. It just drives me crazy. I mean, this guy is just like so extreme, like man, like this. It's just like, he had to bring in Jairus Familia. Of course, he didn't really stop the bleeding because he's just absolutely terrible. So 2 1/3 from Familia, 2 hits. Of course, the 1 was earned. I mean, of course, he did allow a few more, but they weren't earned because of the fact that they were charged to Kyle Gibson as they should have been. He was able to also collect his strikeout, a 4.99 ERA for Jairus Familia. He's just an absolute disaster. It's been no secret. Corky and Abel, an inning, 1 hit, allow any runs, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. A 2.95 ERA for Knable, so that's pretty nice for him. He lowers his ERA now down below the 3 mark. 2.95, so that's pretty nice for him. Nick Nelson, an inning, 1 hit, didn't allow any runs, didn't walk any man, struck out 1. It was a pretty solid inning for him. But Joe Romero, an absolute disaster. An inning, 4 hits, 3 runs, and 3 were earned, 1 walk, and of course he allowed that 3-run shot to Velasquez. He just was not good last night, ladies and gentlemen, there at Citizens Bank Park. And Garrett Stubbs, I mean, of course, you're not really going to, expect much out of this guy. Of course, we had to bring a position player against a team that going in was 22 games under 500. So he got hit around with the 3-run shot from Velasquez and then the 2-run shot. So that was it. That was it. I mean, it ain't pretty. It ain't pretty, that's for sure. So 49-45 now for the Phillies. Now 5 games over 500. Cubs just absolutely killed this Phillies team last night. So I go back to it again. This is a horrible way to start off the second half season. Terrible. It wasn't like we've been swept. Of course, we still have 2 more games to redeem ourselves. We win this series, I'll definitely still feel good. But to get absolutely just destroyed like this and just get smacked around by this terrible team that was 22 under coming in, I mean, that's bad. I mean, that is bad. I mean, that's an embarrassment. So the offense just absolutely looked dreadful last night. I mean, neither side of the game was on last night. I mean, the defense was terrible with that Reese Hoskins there throwing the ball into center field. Just not an accurate throw at all. So I mean, just allowed like a little league inside the park home run. I mean, that's just an absolute joke. And of course, the pitching staff also was an absolute disaster. So I mean, neither side of the game. I mean, the Phillies all the way around were just a bad baseball team last night. No other way to say it. They got to bounce back tonight. I mean, in a big way. I mean, so that was not a good way to start this All-Star break. So we are going against Marcus Stroman tonight. 2-6 with a 4.69 ERA, going against Zach Wheeler. 8-5 with a 2.89 ERA. I mean, the offense, please show up. Please show up. I mean, because I believe Marcus Stroman is incredibly overrated. So the MLB TV free game of the day. So hopefully Zach Wheeler can do his job against his former teammate, right? Against his former teammate, a guy that was acquired by the Mets to replace him. That is why the Mets traded for him in 2019, because they knew they were going to lose Zach Wheeler. So very interesting. A very brief time, but of course they were former teammates. And of course 12:05, as it's going to be on Peacock tomorrow. Smiley, former Phillies, 2-5 with a 4.22 ERA, going against Bailey Falter in the opener, 0-2 with a 4.92 ERA. So you have to win the next 2. I mean, if you lose the series to the Cubs, I mean, that's just totally unacceptable, especially going against the Atlanta Braves in this 3-game series coming up. I mean, you have to go in there with a series win against this bad Cubs team. So bounce back tonight. I need to see this offense wake up. I need to see a bounce back start from Zach Wheeler. He did not have a good start last time out against the Blue Jays, so hopefully he can recover. He's had plenty of days rest, that's for sure. So guys, thanks so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you haven't yet. Please don't engage the bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, check out the social media. Link in the description section at Phillies Social Media, Instagram. Follow me on Twitter at Beyond Social Media. Card text 267-225-392. Email me, phillies@socialmedia@gmail.com. So guys, thanks so much for watching. I'm Luke, and I'll talk to you later. Let's go Phillies, bounce back. I'll see you guys.